So Pearl Harbor led to our greatest generation, and 9/11 led to an entirely different generation of amazing Americans who went off to serve in Iraq and Afghanistan. Putting aside the politics of those wars, let's focus on the heroes of them. An incredible book that you must buy so that we know the names and stories of these heroes so you can share them with your kids so that their legacies live on. It's called In the Company of Heroes, the inspiring stories of Medal of Honor recipients from America's longest wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. And it's by James Kitfield, who's also a senior fellow at the Center for the Study of the Presidency and Congress. James, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Really good to talk to you. Let's start with the connection here. So 9/11, Iraq and Afghanistan, we understand the political connections, but take us there from a military aspect. And the men you write about surely they were in the military at the time, or were they not? Did they serve before or after? What was their inspiration and connection with 9/11?
Well, I mean, some of them were in the military at 9/11, and a good many of them volunteered after 9/11. So they volunteered knowing they'd be going into combat, but they were so energized by what they witnessed in that horror show in 9/11 that they decided they wanted to, come protect their country. So you got a bit of both.
Take us to, you go through 25 of these guys, but it seems like your inspiration for writing this was because of Britt Slabinski. Is that right? Tell us the story of Britt.
Yeah, so I'm a longtime national security correspondent. The Department of the Navy reached out when Britt was awarded the Medal of Honor a few years ago, and they offered an exclusive interview so I could do a profile of him for a media outlet. And I just found his story so inspiring, but also heartbreaking and dramatic that I wanted to seek out more of these stories. In his case, he was leading a Navy SEAL Overwatch team during the first really big battle with Al Qaeda and the Taliban after we invaded Afghanistan, and they were to be inserted on a mountaintop to do Overwatch for this battle. It was called Operation Anaconda, and because of timing got screwed up, they had to insert them right at the very top of the mountain instead of farther down where they could then sort of egress into their Overwatch position stealthily. And when they were being inserted at night, they basically came down right in the midst of a bunch of Al-Qaeda ambushers who shot up the helicopter. It barely got away and crash landed a few miles away. But they realized they had lost one of their SEAL teammate members when the helicopter was trying to sort of regain altitude, and so they had been experienced a crash landing. They got back to base, and they had to make a decision what to do, and it was up to Britt Slabinski to make that decision of do they go back up to the top of the mountain at night to fight a larger formation of Al Qaeda fighters who were dug in up there, or were they going to leave their fallen comrade behind? He decides they're going back up, knowing that it's probably a suicide mission, and all of his 4 team members go back up with him. They all nod and say, okay, let's go get him. So that right there was just amazing to me. The odds that they faced were incredible. Indeed, they as soon as they get up to the top of the mountain again, the helicopter drops them off, and they're in the middle of an ambush. They run face into these machine gun emplacements, neutralize a couple of them, but John Chapman, who is their Air Force air liaison, is shot and presumed dead. Another one of them is wounded. They eventually have to retreat off that mountain. What was really stunning was that drones showed that 12 minutes after John Chapman was presumed shot dead, he comes back, regains consciousness and fights on for another 15, 20 minutes by himself. Tragically, quick reaction force is sent up to get him. Tragically, he gives his life trying to give cover to the helicopter, and the helicopter is indeed shot down, and they lose a number of other special forces troops in the quick reaction force. So it was just this Homeric tale where they were confronted with plenty of points where they could have done the easy thing, could have done the safer thing, and each time these people risked their lives to accomplish the mission and not leave any of their comrades behind. And I just found that very inspiring.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the story there? It's never leave a man behind, right? Against all odds, all costs, never leave a man behind.
Wow. That was deep and insightful. I want more of that.
Like, subscribe, get more.